Hello everybody, Nivarias here, and today we are going to play Anno 1504 with the Venice expansion. Let's play. Anno 1404 is the fourth major installment in the Anno series. It is my pleasure to play this game with you. This time after Anno 1602, 1503, 1701, we are playing now the best, biggest and most beautiful Anno game in the whole series, at least in my opinion. It has been released in 2009, is developed by Related Designs and Blue Byte. The Venice expansion has been released in 2010. Major new features are the Occident versus the Orient style. So you have two cities that you need to build now. One in the Occident, so that's a Western city, and one in the Orient, that's an Oriental city more or less. You have monuments now that you need to build. So these are buildings that take several stages to complete, like the cathedral, for example. It's a huge, beautiful building, but takes a lot of resources and time. You have class ratios now in this game. In Anno 1701, the predecessor, you could end up with a city full of aristocrats, so you could just upgrade all the buildings to the highest level. You can't do that anymore in Anno 1404 because you need a certain number of peasants to support a certain number of settlers, and a certain number of settlers to support a number of citizens. So you need all of the social classes now in your town to support everything. That makes it more diverse, the city, I think, and also more beautiful and more difficult. And with the Venice add-on, there has been a very nice feature that I've been long been waiting for. That's the shares. So you can finally buy shares of an island and overtake it thus by financial power instead of military force. So you're not forced into the military anymore. You can just buy shares of islands and then buy the islands yourself from your opponents. Very nice feature. Now we are in the main menu here of the Venice add-on, kind of. So it's Anno 1404 plus the add-on, and as usual we are starting a continuous game, an endless game. Here we have the difficulties, and we are going to set our own difficulty, that is, so we set our own settings, and we have 3 opponents again as usual. They're all on 2 stars out of 3 stars, so it's a normal game. We play with Marie d'Artois, Sir Gavin Langton and Guy Fawcett. We set the pirates, the corsairs, to medium, the star treaty to peace. Trade alliance would be possible as well, but let's start at 0 kind of, so we're just peace. The map size is huge. There's an island size for large, fertilities many, island difficulties easy, so we have a lot of space to build. Raw materials many, neutral powers medium, so there are some neutral powers and they demand a bit, but not that much. Like with many it would be much more difficult. We set the random map to a certain number, so we can replicate the map again if we want to. That is new. Next up is the refund, full, quests medium. If you watched any of my other Let's Plays, this kind of stays the same in any Anno game, so we're just going to leave everything on. All the catastrophes, fire, tornado, sandstorm, plague, thunderstorm and volcano. The star situation is going to be a flagship with armada. I like that, it's much more realistic, so you start with 3 ships. We start without any honor, balance 30,000. It's not too low, but it's not too high. We're going to have a revealed map. Start item off, sabotage is allowed, and the city council is allowed too. That is the shares that you can buy. And here we would have winning conditions. If we would meet any of these conditions, the game would be over, so we're not doing that. I've set everything to off. We want to play as long as we want. So we are going to have a medium to hard difficult level, kind of. It's almost hard, but I think still fair. That's it. These are all the settings, and we are going to start a new game. I wish you all the best and a lot of fun, and enjoy the ride. And we set sail. And here we are again on a new map in Anno 1404. I'm going to choose an island right away, the biggest one.
Sail it into Oriental waters.
And this is the map. If you know anything about Anno, you can see, or the previous games, you can see the map is much bigger now. We have a lot more islands, and we are going to choose the best out of them, hopefully. So everyone's starting with three ships here, right at the beginning. Everyone's just looking around now, finding the best map. This one here looks the best to me. It has everything that we need. It has cider and hemp and a lot of resources, but most importantly, it is huge. I know this map, or I know this island here, and because, you know, the islands are, there's a certain amount of different islands that you can see in this game, and this one here is one of the best building islands. So we're going to settle on this one here right away. I hope I'm faster than my opponents. And what makes this island so special too is it's close to the Venetians. It has a lot of smaller islands around it. It is rather close also to the Orient Islands. So I'm going to take this one here.
You have a wider range of buildings
right away
to you.
Before someone of them takes it, because they all wanted to take it as far as I can see. The enemy ships, the opponent ships, they're all close to this island here. So that's mine. I'm going to rename it real quick. Sleepy Hollow, and this is our beginning here. Beautiful. We have the photo mode again, as with 1701. And before we continue with anything else, let's have a look at the surroundings. We have another bigger island here that supports herbs, so fertility for herbs. That is important later on for beer. It has a castle on it, so I think there's someone living. Barnabas. He's one of the natives, one of the inhabitants to this island. So we can't destroy him, we can only trade with him if we want to. And there's another island up here that has wine and honey. One here with, well, bees and hemp. Another one here with herbs. Okay, the surrounding islands are not that good. We have only one with honey. We should focus on that at some point as well. For now we are on Sleepy Hollow, so what we're going to do now is we start building our city. I'm going to start with a double street again, and I'm also going to mark a street where my city will end at some point. So it's not getting any closer to the ocean, because in Anno 1404 you can build a huge harbor, and I want that. D4 Cass has settled on this island here. It's rather close to mine, but I don't mind for now. Let's build for the beginning. If you don't know anything about Anno, every Anno game starts the same. You need wood. So I'm going to build a market house or a warehouse over here, because in the beginning you just can't buy or build wherever you want to. As you can see, this area is dark, so I can't build here. I can only build in the light areas, and you have to extend your influence, and you can only do that with warehouses. So I'm going to build a warehouse up here, and as you can see, this area now is light too, so I can build something here. Forester huts, for example. I'm going to build 4 of them. 4 is a good number of forester huts in the beginning, so we are doing that here. Very nice. Our first forester huts or lumberjacks huts, and they're producing wood now for us. We need a lot of wood in the beginning. Another thing that I'm doing right away is building 2 fisherman huts. So they fish and produce food with that. We also need a lot of food. That's all nice and dandy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to settle on another island right away, because players want to expand at some point, and I'm going to do that now. And I think I'm going for the island with wine, or let's have a look, or the one with herbs. This one here looks perfect for later beer production. Okay, so I'm going for this one here. We don't have any people yet. When I'm talking about beer and wine, these are goods that I need to produce in the later part of the game when my people have reached higher civilization statuses. the higher they get, the more goods they want. So I need to provide, or I need to look for good islands early on. Otherwise I'm going to be trapped with no good islands, because the opponents start as well to build on other islands. But again, with every Anno game in 1404 as well, the AI adjusts itself to you. So if you're slow, the AI slows down as well. So they will not steamroll you.
God bless you.
Marie d'Artois has settled as well. And Wolf's Haven, that's a nice name for this island here. And this is my second island that I've settled on, but I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. I don't need anything on this island. What I'm doing now is my ship here. It's the biggest that I have, so we start with three ships, a big one, a medium one, and a battleship. The battleship can't really transport that much. I'm going to send this trader here to the Venetians. For now, I'm going to tell you why later. Okay, now we're still without any people, and that means no tax income, so my balance is red. I'm losing 145 coins per minute at the moment, and I do have 27,000 coins. So it's not that urgent, but I should start with my population now. Again, like in 1701, you need a marketplace. This time though, the marketplace can expand your influence as well. Okay, in Anno 1701, you had to build a market building to increase your influence.
Has opened up new land.
Here you can use the marketplace instead for your town. Makes it a bit easier because you don't have to build a marketplace every single time you want to build more buildings, for example. So I'm going to build the marketplace here. And I'm also going to put a street here. Let's just have a look real quick if that is enough space. Perfect. That's just perfect. Okay, so we do have the marketplace now. Very nice. That was a nice guess by me, so it fits. What have I done just now? I'm just measuring how many buildings I can fit into one block. You need to build blocks in Anno 1404 because, for example, if you have the plague in your town or a fire, it would just start to spread everywhere. And streets are kind of like a border between buildings, and the fire can't spread over streets. So I'm building in blocks like this. That is a block now. A block of buildings. So if there's a fire, the fire won't spread over across the street.
I always knew coming to your town was a good
Let's have a look
idea.
at this peasant here. This is the first civilization status that we have. So it's a rather simple building. It's a peasant. He demands food, so fishes. He demands company, that is the marketplace, and drinks and faith, so a church at some point. But this unlocks with more peasants, for example. So we need 60 peasants, and then they want to drink something. Okay, so I'm going to build more houses now. That is my mistake. So I'm going to delete them again. I do get back my wood anyway. That's the way. That's how I want it. So you also need to build a street to a building for them to have company. Only without street they don't have access to the marketplace, and they would just, you know, crash again, those buildings. Okay, so Sleepy Hollow is growing now. We have a population of 35. Hooray. What I'm doing to speed the whole process up, I'm going to open my trade menu and I'm going to buy wood and tools.
I'd be happy to help you.
And Lord Richard Northberg, that's one of the traders, he just sold me 11 tons of wood for 110 coins. That was rather a coincidence that he just
My
was
ships
on his
regularly
way.
bring me news of His Majesty the Emperor.
Okay, here we are at the Venetians.
Ah, do come in.
They're new, and I'm going to buy
Everything on Earth.
tools
New buildings are ready to
and
be
wood
built.
for almost 2,000 coins.
Interesting choice.
Let's go back to my island. I'm going to send the ship back now. So I'm just buying wood to speed the whole settling process up a bit so I can build more buildings, more houses. So I can produce wood at the moment, but no tools. I will need tools, a lot of tools. At the moment we can't produce that, only when we reach settlers. So for now I have to look at my tools all the time, my storage. Right, let's build some more houses.
Your settlement is continuing to grow.
Well done.
We have reached
Progress
a
in your
new
town is
city-state.
practically unstoppable.
That is new as well. So we have the settlement now. If I go to my town Sleepy Hollow, I have stars here, or symbols. So we have just reached settlement, 90 peasants. And for example, the next status would be the village with 355 citizens. And small town and city, major city, commercial center, metropolis and cosmopolitan city. That is our goal, of course. With each step that you increase there, you get honor. Honor we have here, and with honor we can research. Not now, we still need to attain that or acquire that, but we can use that honor to research them. New technologies, for example. Okay, let's continue here with our buildings. I'm lacking wood at the moment. Lucky for me, I bought some wood at the Venetians. I'm going to put it in my town again. And I'm also going to build more houses. And my settlement is growing. We have people now walking around. The marketplace is lively. Or is alive.
New goods just arrived.
Let's see. Now they want more. Now they want drinks. So a cider that I need to produce for them.
I always knew coming
And
to
they
your
need a
town was
chapel.
a good idea.
This is the tax slider again, so we can increase the taxes. It's green right at the moment, so I can increase it to light green. If I would increase the taxes even more, it will become yellow. So he's looking a bit indifferent now. Higher than that and he will look angry or sad, kind of. This is angry now. So we want to keep them happy. And I do have a positive balance for now. I'm going to build another fisherman's hut. Right. We have another chapel that we could build. That's the chapel building. We can't afford it. We are lacking wood. And I don't need it for the moment. What we want to do though is build our cider production. Our first real production change. So I'm going to build another warehouse further to the north. Why am I doing this? Because I want to keep open a lot of space here for my city. If I would build the cider production now in this area here, I would have to relocate it at some point then. So I just build it far away from my city, so I don't need to worry about that for a long time. And there's our cider production here. The farms. So let's have a farm like this. And one just beside it. And let's do it a second time. Oh, yeah. Wood. Not enough wood. That's the autosave function. Very nice.
A good deal.
and I'm going to build some fields around that farm. And I can only build those farms because I have a cider fertility on this island. So now we have to wait a few more seconds for the trees to grow. While that is happening, I'm going to build 2 more cider farms. And I also need to connect them to the warehouse. So in this warehouse here, or in this market building, a carrier is going to get the goods then and transport it to the house, to my storage. And again, I can take my time with this. If I want to, I can just watch them endlessly all day. The AI will not continue to progress any further. It's a very nice feature, so you can really take your time with everything. That doesn't mean though that, you know, you don't have any problems if you're not doing anything. So they will like always be a step ahead of you then. But it's not dramatic or something. Okay, we do have a cider production. I'm going to stop selling cider to my population for now though, because I want to have a certain amount of cider in my storage first, like usually 10 to 20 tons. And there's a carrier now taking the goods from the farm to my marketplace, market house. And now I've got a ton of cider there. And they're all working at 100% now and produce cider for me. Okay, we've laid the groundworks for a beautiful big metropolis and are going to continue in the next episode. Stay tuned.